No. What are you doing? Stop it.
And oop.
Or something. Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hello.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me on our bed for our low program here. Okay, so we went to the movie theater and saw Alien Romulus. It's the bomb. Science fiction, horror, thrills, suspense, in space. Super cool. Excellent movie. And while we were there, we got a couple waters because they were free. And when the movie was over, we got up to leave. And you grabbed our cups and took them to the garbage. Took them out of the theater with us and put them in the garbage.
Yes.
Why? Why you do that?
Because I'm an upstanding citizen of the world. You don't leave your trash in the theater. You pick it up and you put it in the cans that's right outside the doors. And you leave the world a better place than you left it.
What percent of the population agrees with you?
The good side of the population.
4 to 6%. That's the movie usher's jobs, is to come through, and I'm not saying pour popcorn everywhere, but if you got a half a bag of popcorn, movie's over, just throw it on the ground. They're waiting there at the exit doors, darling.
That doesn't mean you should make their job worse.
You're giving them something to do.
They have to be there anyway. They have to walk around and make sure everything's in order.
Right. I'd rather be in a theater picking up some popcorn, some cups, some candy wrappers, rather than, this theater is spotless and clean and pristine, and now I gotta go back to the concession and talk to some idiots.
You are definitely the only employee who would be thinking that.
No way.
The less work they have to do, the better. And what does it cost me to just pick up my cup and clean up after myself?
The less interaction with human beings, the better. They're happy when they see trash. They're like, yes, we get to hang out. There's always 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and they get to hang out and they get to chat.
They're not happy when they see trash.
I think they are.
No way.
I think they are.
Wow, I left you speechless.
And oop.
Another thing is that, so you can order your food ahead of time, and that's fine. And they bring it to your seat. And I get it if it's like a dish of pasta or chicken tendies, some fries or whatever, but you can order popcorn delivered to your seat. And I thought, why don't you just get popcorn on the way to your seat? Like, why would you get popcorn delivered? It's there, it's ready. It takes 0 cook time.
Why would you get anything delivered? It's so lazy.
Well, that's a whole that's a whole another question. And if you're trying to eat something with a fork in the dark, like if you saw Long Legs, which is a lot of it is in the dark, you can't see your food. You can't see your food. You can't see the condiments. You can't see the sauce. You can't see your fork. It's just it's a disaster. But one thing they do offer is if you do order popcorn is they will layer it. So they do some popcorn on the bottom. They put that butter, coconut oil, divine nectar on top of that, and then they put more popcorn, more butter, stuffings, and then more popcorn, and then more butter on the top. I'm in favor of that, but But then I thought, if I was doing that, I would go 5 layers, 6 layers, because they don't give you an option to layers.
Yeah.
So
how many layers do you want?
It's 3. Right. That should be an option. You want 3 layers, you want 8, you want 18. But we just got water, right? And we brought some snacks.
Yeah.
Which more wrappers that you brought out. you caused them heartache and headache. They wanted to sit there and pick our stuff up. What about in the middle of the movie? Do you get up and take the trash out? You take
Absolutely
out the trash?
Not. I do not leave the theater once the movie has started. No way.
Okay. I think my move is the right move. In other news, you made me move your car the other day, so we get home from groceries. We're putting them away, and we're headed out to Chocolate Fish on Folsom Boulevard. It's a coffee shop. But we need some time to put this stuff away and get the recycling and trash done and everything. You made me move your car. Why?
Because we got that HOA violation, and I don't feel comfortable leaving my car out front anymore in the illegal parking spot.
What if I stood next to your car and just gave crazy eyes to anyone who walked by?
That would be fine. If you got to stand out there with it, though.
I'll go out there with the chair and a bottle of Jack Daniels, and I'll say, "Are you looking at something, punk?" I think we should have kept it out there because the whole thing was idiotic. Like, we had 29 days to move the car. It's unenforceable. And by the way, there's cars everywhere. Okay, not everywhere, but you drive around, you see people. We saw a whole family getting out of a car, and the car was in the street, violating HOA rules. It's everywhere. It's happening all the time, but we don't take pictures, okay? Because we're not nosy, we're not snitches, we're not Karens, we're not rats, and we're not losers with no life, okay? Like, who cares? My goodness, can we all calm down? I wish it's the anonymity that drives me crazy.
Definitely.
If they said, whatever, Steve Chavez in Unit 6-3 reported you, then I'd be like, all right, Steve, when I see you at the pavilion, I'm going to snub you. It's going to be on. There's fisticuffs. Let's get it on. We got a new comforter. So our previous comforter, it was white with the down feathers or down alternative or whatever. It was all white. And we got it from Judy's Zone, right?
Yeah, she left it here with some of the furniture, the bedding that she left.
Yeah. And it was fine, but after a few years, it got a little musty, mostly because sometimes I eat chocolate in bed. Okay.
It had like
stains.
It had cheese powder stains.
Yeah.
It had a blood stain because you cut yourself a year or more ago.
Yeah.
There's a blood stain, but it was also getting a couple of tears here and there.
Yeah.
So it was getting a little beat up.
Yeah. So I wanted sage green comforter. We had to settle on a color: red, blue, black, gray, sage green, all sorts of greens. I was for some reason fixated on sage green, and we got it, and it's light, and I like it, but I wanted darker green.
Well, sage green is light, honey. What you wanted was a forest or a hunter green, but you don't know your green names, I guess.
I don't know my green shades, but I like it.
Yeah,
it's comfy.
I like it.
It's light.
It's definitely lower quality than Judy's Zone's. It feels cheaper.
Yes. It costs $20, $30 from
so cheap.
Walmart.com. I know.
Probably won't last us as long, but it looks nice.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It'll do.
It's reversible. The other side is almond brown, but like a really light brown. I like it. We're laying on it right now. We talked about getting new sheets. Do you want the red striped sheets that we were looking at?
I don't care now.
Yeah.
This comforter is big enough that it covers the whole mattress, so you can't even see the sheets.
Yeah.
No one's gonna notice.
Yeah. And it's light, which keeps us cool in the summer. But then in the winter, when it gets cold, we got the extra quilt and we got the cat blanket, so we'll be good to go. But I do like the green. I think it goes well with her Judy Zone's farmhouse decor she left us with. But it's soothing. It's
it's nice.
It's sort of algae-like, if you will.
Yes.
So, honey, sometimes we go out. I know, it's crazy. And sometimes you wear makeup. And when you get home, like, I can't relax until you remove your makeup. I can't be 100% comfortable. Because that's how I know, like, we're home. It's time to turn in and get comfy. But the other day we got home, you took a shower, and your makeup was still on. And you tried to... Can you explain why you can take your makeup off when you're at the sink, but not in the shower. Explain it to all the fellas out there.
I have this product that is specifically for removing makeup. It's like a creamy sort of texture.
Okay.
I can't use it in the shower. I have to take my makeup off at the sink.
Oh.
So sometimes I'll take a shower, and then if we're not going to bed yet, I'll just leave my face with the makeup on it.
Yeah.
But I will always take it off before bed.
Yes.
I think I can't take it off in the shower because there's constant wetness in the shower, and I need.
Are you just afraid?
It's so hard to explain.
I know. Like us men, we wash and then we get out the shower, soap, shampoo, and we're done. Is this a worldwide plague affecting all women's?
I don't know.
Are you just if you tried using that stuff in the shower, would it work? Does it just go everything against your parent taught you?
I don't want this tub of makeup remover in my shower. I don't want it to get all wet. I don't want my hands to be wet. I think most women take their makeup off at the sink.
Yeah. I watched the Noxzema commercials. I remember.
Yeah, I think that's normal. But I don't know if we can explain why that is.
Yeah.
It's just that our makeup remover stuff does not belong in a shower with water pouring down on us.
I think you should try. Be a Rosie Rivet. Be a groundbreaking gal or something.
I can't do it. No.
You can. No, you can. You just won't.
I wash my face. Like, I have a specific face wash I keep in the shower, but it doesn't remove makeup, so it's just my daily it's just my daily face wash stuff. My makeup remover stuff is separate.
I'm confused. If you were looking at me, you'd see me shrugging my shoulders, and there'd be question marks all over my head, like. We also went to Lowe's to look at washing machines. I think top load is the way to go, man.
Your heart's telling you top load?
I've and this is based on owning 2 washing machines. One was front load, one was top. But the top gave me no problems. And I had a top growing up as a kid.
So did I.
My parents had tops, and I don't remember it breaking. It never broke. But the front load we've had for a few years. It's broken twice in the past year. I think top load and front load is cool. You feel like you're in a submarine. And I guess we Googled it once, and it's better energy efficiency or something. But I think top load is the way to go. And we saw models for low 500s was the cheapest. But you don't want the cheapest.
No. Well, I mean, I want the most expensive, but
yeah,
I think
same.
we should go for like the third cheapest. Like that's a good move to do.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hedging your bets. And then so it's $528 was the one we were looking at. Top load, by the way, see-through.
Yeah, they've got windows now.
It's
on the
crazy.
top. It's like
It's wild.
I
It's
like
wild. Wow, the technology in washing machines our mind is blown when we were at the Lowe's. And then you have to buy this kit. It's like a hose and whatever, $36. And then delivery is $30, and they do the install and everything. So it would be between $600 and $700. And we've spent about $5 in the last year on our LG. So I think next time, definitely going to Lowe's. And we'll get it next day or in 2 days. And that's the way to roll. I recently ripped my jeans, my blue jeans, in the crotch area. And I asked you to sew them up. You do sew things here and there.
Yeah, I can do really simple, basic little stitches.
Yeah. And it was a small rip, but it was noticeable. You consulted your mom, Liz Fisher, but you decided to dive in, honey. Were you nervous? Was it more difficult than you thought? Easier than you thought?
It was easier than I thought because it's denim. I'm used to sewing softer, thinner materials.
Yeah.
But the needle actually went through a lot easier than I thought it would. And it's totally noticeable.
Yeah.
It's not at all.
You're white threading. Yeah.
It's a light blue thread. I tried
Yeah.
to get something that wouldn't stand out.
Ah,
So it doesn't look great, but I did a much better job than I thought I was going to do on it.
yeah.
They turned out fine. You wore them?
Yep.
You're going to keep wearing them?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what matters.
All day I was staring at my crotch just saying, don't rip, don't rip. But no one noticed the tear. It helped that it teared like on a stitch or whatever, right? Where one material is bonded to the other side of the material or whatever.
Yeah, it is close to a seam.
Thread. Seam. Yes. Seam thread. Thread seam. We know what we're talking about. So I thought, oh, someone's going to see this. But no one looked at my crotch all day.
Why not?
Or no one, I know, it was embarrassing. It was unflattering is what it was. Or no one looked and noticed the tear, but all day, like, I spread my legs or whatever, I walk, I lift, I bend. And so I saw your handiwork and I was like, oh, it's going to tear, but it did not. So thank you for doing that, my darling. You saved me some jeans. Buying Lennox a bike, his scooter has been the albatross across my, on my neck, but I won't go into that here. But we decided let's get him a bike a few weeks ago. So you and Len went to Walmart, and can you talk about that process?
We went to the bike section, and of course, there's no employees around.
Right.
So I walked to the electronics area and asked somebody if I could get help at the bike area. They said, sure, they'll send someone over.
Yeah.
We wait about 10, 15 minutes. No one comes. We talk to a different employee. Oh, sure, I'll send someone over.
Yeah.
Wait another 10, 15 minutes. Nothing.
Yeah.
So finally, we just left.
And the bikes are locked up, so
Yes.
they need they need someone with the keys. And then some bikes are high, so you need another tool to bring those down. In my tumultuous career of jobs, I worked at Walmart. It was a low point, people, let's be honest. But like we locked up Tylenol and baby formula and all this stuff. And there was one set of keys across a giant Walmart. And however many employees are on at any time, 40, 70, I have no idea. So there were one set of keys, and sometimes this person wouldn't have a walkie-talkie or would be on break or would give it to someone else who would not have a walkie-talkie and give on break. And it was just madness for these stupid keys. And so I get it. It's terrible. And they're locking stuff up even more. It just makes Amazon more appealing, to be perfectly blunt. Although, so I hop on Walmart.com and I buy a bike, and it comes in a giant box. I'm like, all right, I can put this together. Although reading the reviews, the reviews were like, I put it together in a half hour, and I was like, okay, that's about 90 minutes in Vince time, but I'll give it a go. I'll try. And I tried my darndest, but I just got to a point where I was like, this doesn't make, like, the direction sucked. The bike was not, like, the cast was off. The metal, the form was incorrect. I had you come down as my quality control, and I said, honey, this doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, a piece of it was like angled incorrectly, so you couldn't get this bar through because it wasn't a straight line.
The wheel, yeah.
So you literally, it was impossible to assemble. Something had happened in the manufacturing process.
It's just like, oh my gosh.
I just want a bike that's already assembled.
I know.
At my fingertips.
Yeah.
Take my money and give me the bike.
You know what? We got to hit up Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, garage sales.
Yeah. Why didn't we think of that?
I don't know. I thought about that today on our walk.
Okay, we'll do that.
We need to do that. But so I had this 20% put together, assembled bike, and I was so pissed at this stupid bike and just you not getting help, this bike not being able to be put together easily. I was so pissed. I was like, we're going to Walmart right now. And it was a Saturday afternoon, and I hate going to Walmart Saturday afternoon. I mean, who doesn't? But we moseyed on over there. We returned it. Like, there were parts sticking out of the box. You made me bring the box.
Yes.
I was like, they don't want a box. But
Well.
we half-heartedly put the bike back into the box with pieces of the bike sticking out. And I was like, oh, the return lady's going to give us the once over and try to deny us. But she was cool. She was like, you could tell in her face. She was just like, whatever. And she got a sticker and she put the sticker on. She's like, all right, you got your credit. Boop, 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 boop. It's a little scanner. I was like, thank you, lady. Because she could have been not cool about the whole process. And I could tell being at the customer service, doing returns at the Walmart is probably horrible, terrifying.
Yeah, and it was super busy that day.
Yeah.
The line to return stuff was really long.
Yeah.
People were, having their different personalities and their different complaints.
That's a way to say it.
So she was just like, yes, whatever works, whatever gets you out of this store.
Yes, I know. And I love you, honey, and we're married, but I wanted to hug her and just say thank you. Thank you for taking it back. Thank you for not asking any questions. Thank you for just taking this mess. And I had to put the whole thing in a cart in the parking lot. Like, we parked, and I grabbed a cart, and we just shoved that box into the cart, wheeled it right up to customer service, and she was like, doot, 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 you're done. I was like, thank you. Let's talk about what we've been eating, honey. The Costco kimbap versus the TJ's kimbap. Oh, the Reddit's going crazy. What did you think of the Costco kimbap? For if you're just tuning in, kimbap is a tofu, vegetable, sushi, frozen kind of thing.
Yeah, it's frozen, but then you microwave it, so it's warm when you eat it.
Yeah.
So it's different from sushi in that way. I think the Costco and Trader Joe's kimbap are identical.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's no difference
Right.
at all. So either one will do.
Well, Reddit would disagree with you, honey. I ate it with a fork. You ate it with chopsticks. You made me feel inferior. Inferior Vietnamese. You got to throw something on there. We did the sriracha. But I really like it. And you get 6 for, what was that? It was like 18-ish bucks or something.
Yeah, it's an easy and filling, quick snack to have.
Yeah.
We usually share a roll.
Yeah.
I did eat a whole roll by myself the other day.
Oh, yeah.
It's too much food for one person.
Yeah.
But it's cool when we share it.
Yeah, it's good. And then we bought Funyuns. Funyuns has a collab. Okay, it's like TikTok. Funyuns has a collab with the Maruchuan instant ramen cup noodle brand soup company. Funyuns with the instant noodle flavoring. What did you think about this, honey?
They were pretty good.
Yeah.
They tasted just like normal Funyuns to me.
No.
I'm wrong.
Funyuns are so good, and their taste is so oniony and unique, and an adventure, if you will. But the ramen, it's like they took the Funyun, took out all the Funyunness, all the Funyun flavor, and then threw the little seasoning packet in foil that you get in your instant ramen. And I was like, why don't they just keep the Funyun flavor, the super oniony flavor, and then throw the foil packet of seasoning on there?
I did think the texture was a little different. These were more crunchy.
Yeah.
Like almost stale.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're supposed to be like that, but I love the texture of the original Funyun.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more soft and fluffy.
Yeah. It's the original Funyun can't be beat. It's OG. And putting ramen on it, making it ramen was just no go. They also did a spicy queso flavor, same thing. Instead of just adding spicy queso powder to the Funyun flavor, they extracted all the Funyunness, and then they put some spicy queso powder on there. And I was like, what the hell is this? Add, don't subtract. Okay, Frito-Lay. We also had the Bingray Sabanko ice cream waffle treat. These are Korean ice cream delicacies. They came in 3 flavors: chocolate, strawberry, and red bean. There was red bean, but it was sweet.
Yes.
There was a bean going on.
There's nothing savory about it.
Yeah. They came in a little fun, like a cone, but in a fish shape.
A fish-shaped cone.
Yeah.
That was the best part. I
Which
loved
was-
the fish cone.
Which was the wrapper, yeah. And then on the inside there was like vanilla ice cream, and then either chocolate, red bean, or strawberry. What'd you think of these, honey?
I love these.
Yeah, they're fun.
I want to get more.
Yeah, yeah, they're going viral, trending, meme, TikTok. I really liked them. I wish the fish cone, the wrapper that was a little more crunchy. It's soft. But overall, I thought they were a good time. And then today you went to a sushi restaurant called Kira Revolving Sushi Bar. Can you talk about the ambiance, the environment? Because I've seen this on trending on my For You page. I don't have a For You page, but talk about all the high tech going on there. Wizardry, honey.
This was the funnest restaurant I've ever been to. This is the restaurant of the future. It felt like we were in a cartoon or a TV show. You sit in a booth, and every booth has the conveyor belt that passes by. So just plate after plate after plate of food is passing by every single table. And there's a little sign, so you see what's coming up. You see a little sign like unari, and then a couple plates of that. I don't know if that's a real dish, by the way.
Yeah. I like it. Might as well be.
So if you see something you want, you just pull the plate out. Like there's a little, you pull up and the lid comes up. So you see it, you grab it. And every single plate costs $3.70. So you see something you want, grab it, eat it, and then you slide your empty plate into a slot.
Yeah.
And there's an electronic counter at every table.
Yeah.
And it counts how many plates you've gone through. And then at the end, you can check out there yourself. And it just tabulates that how much plates you had times $3.70, and you pay right there. You don't need a waitress. You don't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
You can order drinks also right there at the table, and this little robot comes up to the table with your drinks on it. It's so cool. And they have so much variety. They have cheesecake, they have edamame, they have watermelon, they have tons of sushi, they have some steak, they have some rice, it just so much variety. So it's really easy to just keep eating and eating because it's so fun and everything looks good and you just grab it.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
If you place an order, how long does it take to get to your table?
We did order 2 waters. It was Luna and I.
Okay.
Having a mother-daughter date.
Yes.
So we each got a water, and it did take a while for the little robot to come. It took like maybe 8 to 10 minutes
What
for
the
our water
heck?
to come.
Are they facing a robot, short-staffed and robotics?
Another fun thing
yes.
is they have food that you can order that's separate from the conveyor belts.
Right.
And some of it costs a little bit more. There's a little bit more variety. If you order something from there, there's a separate conveyor belt higher up, and it zooms to your table. So we'd be sitting there, and all of a sudden some food would zoom by.
Wow.
And we knew it was going to a different table.
Wow.
This place is so fun. I can't wait to go back, and I really want to take you. It's cool. I like it a lot.
Sounds marvelous. Did you feel like you were in Tokyo or something, or
Yeah.
Back to the Future 2?
I felt like I was in some sort of anime.
Ah, that's cool. I want to go. It looks fun. But what about when you order something? Well, if the water took 8 minutes, how much does cooked food cost, honey?
I don't know.
How long does it take?
Yeah, when we go, you'll order it, and then we'll see.
Okay. And then your total was around $44. Did you tip?
Okay, I didn't tip.
Oh.
Because we had 0 service. And then I wondered, was that the right move?
Yeah.
There's, of course, an option to tip, but I said no. I don't know if I should have tipped or not.
Right. You're tipping the robot.
I don't know. I felt kind of bad.
Robot, you would have got 20%, but 8 minutes for some water. I'll take you down to 12%. Well, Kura, Kura, is a chain. They have tons of restaurants in California and across several states. But I wonder what the economics are, because obviously it's less human capital. You don't need to hire a bunch of people, but machines break down, and they take maintenance, and someone's got to be pointing and clicking, and there's software involved, and so I wonder what the profit margin is compared to actual real life human beings. But yeah, it sounds fun. I want to go to there. But we'll go after my birthday, because we're back on track. Till we go to my birthday. We go to Berkeley for my birthday, which is in 3 weeks. Some stuff we've been watching. We watched Long Legs, the horror / suspense / thriller / serial killer movie with Nicolas Cage as said serial killer. We made sure to wait till it was dark to watch it so it could be scary. What'd you think of this horror movie, honey?
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was just a good, solid, kind of scary movie. Nicolas Cage was good. He was entertaining.
Yeah. Nick Cage goes full Nick Cage. It was filmed very well. There isn't a wasted second. Every piece, every scene, every shot was just crafted so well. Like talented filmmakers. The guy who directed it, I don't have his name here, it doesn't matter. He's directed a few horrors, so he's making his name in the game. The lead gal, and Blair Underwood. Nick Cage is in it, but he's not the lead. I wouldn't even call him the second. I call Blair Underwood the second. The hot guy from LA Law, who isn't so hot anymore, but we all age, don't we? But yeah, I thought it was good. The ending, it didn't stick fully for me. It was good, but it's impossible to land quote unquote perfect ending for those movies. But up until then, it was done very well, and yeah, it's a good movie. We've also been watching Houses of Horror: Secrets of College Greek Life. It's about fraternities doing drugs and raping girls. What have you thought about this series so far, honey? We've watched 4 episodes.
I've been liking it.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
Yeah.
And depressing, and I'm really glad I never was involved in any kind of Greek life.
Yeah.
I was a college dropout, okay?
Yeah.
It's really horrible.
Yeah.
Lots of really terrible, sad stories.
Yeah.
And there's no end to it. That's what a theme that's in every episode is these fraternities and sororities have so much power.
Yeah.
And they basically get away with all these atrocious acts.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not ever going to stop.
Yeah.
Because that's the way that universities are designed.
Right. And on the outwards, they're like, we're anti-hazing. But meanwhile, they haze the shit out of their pledges.
And the universities rely on these organizations for donations and funding and to keep them afloat and to bring in new recruits.
Oh, yeah, just reputation. San Diego State's the number 8 party school across the nation. So you want to encourage that because college kids like to party. When I first went to college, I had a few friends who pledged, and I noticed quickly, because I hung out with them, party with them, blah, 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 fraternity members are fucking assholes, okay? They treat women like shit. They like to fight and get into fistfights with other, because it's like a gang. It's like a legalized gang. Criminal enterprise, do drugs, sell drugs, treat each other like shit. My God, the things they do to each other for their brothers, and well, we were treated like crap, so we're gonna dip your face in whatever the toilet, use toilet water. Because that's what was done to us, and we're going to do it to you. You just need to get through this.
It's such a stupid culture.
Right.
It's so dumb, and it's really like the worst people you can imagine.
Yeah.
The biggest bullies.
Yeah. They're all a-holes. Well, my friends were not a-holes, and they stayed good people, decent gentlemen, and I'm sure that's a part of Greek life and fraternities and whatever. And they do community service, okay, I guess. But by and large, they're assholes, and they treat each other like shit, and I never got it. And on the other hand, I'm jealous. I've always been jealous. They're good looking. They get good jobs. They have connections.
There's benefits.
They party with the women's. They get tons of booze. They get tons of drugs. And so there's
there's the positive aspect of being involved in these organizations, and they do help each other out.
Yeah. But they're pricks, dude. They're just, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's enough to where that you want to treat people like crap. Your so-called brothers, so stupid. Get a life. And then we watched one episode of Face to Face with Scott Peterson. I ducked out after half, okay, because there's a lot of padding here. There's so many clips of Connie Chung and Brian Williams and Phil Donahue because they want to illustrate how big of a deal it was 20 plus years ago, and I get it. But after a while, I was like, they're padding. It's 3 episodes long, about an hour each. And I was like, this does not need to be 3 episodes. But the gal who did this, Shireen Anderson, she scored an interview with Scott Peterson. And by the way, A-list booking. Okay, you should be working for Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel because you can bring in the big-time names and celebrities. But it's on Zoom, or it's whatever. It's a video call, essentially. So it's not face-to-face, person-to-person. What have you thought about Face-to-Face with Scott Peterson, episode 1?
Well, we only watched the first episode.
Yeah.
I think it was... I don't know if it was so much filler as it was really comprehensive recounting of what happened from the very beginning of this. So it's going over like step by step, day by day, what happened back in 2002 when she disappeared. They go through the entire day, first day, second day, third day. So I'm wondering if the next 2 episodes are going to kind of pick up and be more like, this is what's going on now. This is why people are taking another look at his conviction and the evidence that wasn't gone over originally by the police.
The evidence is that a few neighbors may have seen Lacey walking their dog after Scott took off for the bay. And there was a van with a burned mattress about a mile away. Okay. And there was a burglary across the street in that same time. That's the quote unquote new evidence. I'm not wasting any more time with this. I read a couple articles, Newsweek, Daily Beast, Time.com, blah blah blah, and I presented to you.
Yeah.
They distilled it down, and in the end, he's still saying he's innocent. So whatever, who cares? But she says, Shireen Anderson says, I interviewed Scott I was allowed 15 minutes, and I can't tell if it was one 15-minute session or 6 or whatever, but I'm guessing it's one 15-minute session. And again, back to the 3 hours for she asked a couple questions during one sesh.
I'm guessing that he's only allowed 15-minute increments.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that she went back 3 or 4 times, and that cumulatively she got like an hour plus of interview time with him. That's what I'm guessing. But you messaged Shireen.
Yeah, I did. I found her on Insta.
And you asked her to clarify this burning question.
I did. She left me on red. She ghosted me. Yeah, dude.
So it remains a mystery.
You know what? You know what? That speaks volumes. That means she got one freaking interview.
Oh.
I used to read Rolling Stone. Okay, the celebrity interviews goes like this: you meet the celebrity at their house or whatever, and you ask them questions for about an hour, and you record it, and then you go home, you go back to your office, whatever, you transcribe, and then you follow, you think, oh, I should have brought this up, or oh, I forgot to ask about this, or oh, well, the conversation could have gone this way. And then there's a second meeting at a restaurant or a bar or whatever, and that's when you follow up. So to do one 15-minute session on a video call, it's not even person to person. I mean, couldn't they put them in a room? I mean, they put Nick Cage and that lady in a room, put them in a room, mic them up, and have some one-on-one face-to-face time. I think that would have been much more effective. But you got him in jail, and he's on a jail phone, and it's like a weird jail/Zoom background, like the fake CGI background, and it's just, you know what? He still looks good, okay? And isn't that what really matters? He's in his early 50s now. He still looks decent. But until he admits he's guilty, or until a judge or whatever, the process, the justice system finds him not guilty, I don't care. I could care less. Although I listened to the Nikki Glaser podcast, and she summarized the Lacey Peterson Netflix doc, which is rivaling the Scott Peterson Peacock doc. Oh, God. And I want to watch that now.
We can watch that if we finish the Scott Peterson one first.
Well, Scott Peterson, honey, let's relitigate the past. Why don't we? Do you think he's innocent or guilty? I don't know why I'm even asking that. You don't have to answer that. Okay. But, well, we discussed this in the car. Luna was witnessing it.
Luna said, quote unquote, "Why are we talking about this?"
Right.
That was her hot take on the whole situation.
Yeah. Well, listen, we love true crime, and when we're deciding what to watch, it's like, well, should we watch the show about fraternities raping sorority girls, or should we watch the show about father murdering his family? Which one are we gonna seek out for entertainment tonight? It's sick. It's sick. I'm ashamed, but it's fascinating, I guess. That's why Jack the Ripper was so good for newspapers, honey.
Yeah, that's true.
300 years ago. Yeah, it's real, and it's not like long legs Nick Cage, which is good, but there's nothing like no real trauma happened. But yeah. So is that it, honey?
That's it. Let's go find a true crime documentary to watch.
Let's watch something with murder for our to calm us down, so we can get ready for bed. Alrighty, well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Lowe's washing machines. We don't have a promo code for Lowe's washing machines. By the way, some of the one washing machine, a lot of the top loading had windows, which was mind-blowing. But some of them, most of the top loading windows were tinted. I was like, why would you want... Yeah. I want non-tint. I want clear.
I know.
I want to be able to see what's going on.
Me too. We're definitely getting the clear one.
Yeah.
I can't wait to stare down at the spinning wash.
We don't have a promo code for Lowe's washing machines. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, we may seek pleasure in people being gruesomely strangled, but we're still good people, okay? And you do it too. Don't lie. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sharing. We hope you have a wonderful day / night. Bye-bye.
And oop. Ooh.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer. And oop.